What's up, everyone? I think it's been a week and a half or so before I put out a video, but I'm going to basically be doing the same session from the last video you guys have seen. This is going to be pretty cool because you can see the progression from what I did with Tristyn, whatever that was, a week and a half ago to this day. It is a little different because I basically didn't train for a week, but I'm still gonna move into my week 2 volume. I've been doing it all week. I did push, I did pull. I didn't get crazy sore, so my week 2 volume is probably actually a good starting point anyway. Today, we're gonna basically try to beat reps on most stuff. So the sets might remain the same for me. I'm gonna check the app and I'll be beating the reps. So where I did 345 straight leg deadlift for like 5 or 6 one set, it'll go to 6 or 7, whatever it is. So maybe I'll screenshot the cards and send them over to the person editing the video, and we'll just go from there. But also you'll just see it, and you can watch the video from last time if you'd like. But these will be spaced apart a little more than I would like, again, since I didn't train really. But we're gonna go get warmed up with Tristyn and get to this session.
I'm gonna be quite non-talkative today because it's the last week, so I'm pretty dead. I'm just pushing it. I'm just here to survive.
So I talk about this in basically every video, but starting with your hamstring curls is really smart. Whether that's quad focus day, hamstring focus day. Those little nagging things you're feeling when you come into the gym, like, oh, my knees don't feel that great today. Lower back's a little achy. It's like, serves two part. 1, it's a great warm up for the whole rest of the session. 2, get the hamstring volume out of the way, because once you do quads, going and trying to do hamstrings is just, it's a pain in the ass. You don't even want to. You're like, all right, I'm done. So the hamstring curl, it's a lighter, more isolated exercise. Great way to get blood flow to the entire lower body and just get warm for the session, as well as get in really effective hamstring volume as you enter those sets where they're working sets. So, little tip, trick of the trade. 18?
When I started, like at the beginning on week 1, and you get like a high range for the rep, you're just like, hate your life
About the rest of the mesocycle, and you're like, fuck. Tristyn's in his overreaching week. Like I told you guys where I'm at. A weird-ish week too. He is basically taking every set either 1 in the tank or all the way to failure. His last set was, he failed on 18. Let's say he keeps these in next time, the app will eventually pre-program where he should be starting. So if you guys are keeping in consecutive exercises for multiple mesocycles in a row, the app's going to begin tracking that data, seeing where you left off, and programming correct. So if he's at 110 for sets of 18 this week, or 115 maybe, he might put that 5 up there. The app might take him back to week 2 or 3 volumes, start him there on the next mesocycle, and slowly increase. So that way by the end of the mesocycle, he's doing more volume than he did this meso, and that goes for everything. So that's progressive overload, properly, slowly, because once you come back from a deload, you don't want to just go right back to what week 4 looked like. You bury yourself into the dirt. So that's a really good way just to make steady progress over time and make sure you're not overtraining too consistently or overreaching too consistently. You don't ever want to overtrain. So this set he's matching from last week, I believe. His first set went up to 18. This set I think he's getting 15 or 16, so let's see how he does. Not bad. That's good. That's because like a lot of people try to like that 4 sets of 10, 5 sets of 15, that kind of shit. It's like none of those were either close to failure at all. You're getting nothing out of the first few sets, or they were all just sloppy ass form, past failure bullshit. Like, so your mind muscle connection, especially on the eccentrics, is so damn good that you're experiencing that type of rep drop off, which is a really good indicator, like you said, that your hamstring MRV is just going to be super low. And we have the same issue.
I mean, I started at like 2 sets, and I'm at the end. I'm on 5 weeks, and I'm at 3 sets.
3 sets today. Yeah. Two straight leg deadlift sets or so, and then on your other day you have like 3 sets of ham curls also.
4 sets.
So, is it 9 total sets or something? Mine's like 7. Yeah. So I'll do 2 today on this. I might just do 1 again on the straight leg, depending on how it feels. But I get it. It's nice at the same rate. I wish all my body parts had that low MRV.
Yeah, I mean, my quad tolerance is like, it's crazy because, I mean, you just expect leg tolerance to be pretty similar, but my quad tolerance is a lot higher than my hamstrings.
Yeah, I think back in my natural bodybuilding days, I was doing like 15 to 20 sets of quad volume, and now it's like 12 to 14 or so. Tristyn's working weight is that, I believe. Last time I just threw my weight on top. Probably do that again. But I'll be going 245. He is 195. Again, the app's saying 6 reps. I did 5 last time, I think. So let's just have him in that rep match. So we'll see how it feels. Early in the morning, shit's a little heavier. The way my training sessions usually go is most of my sessions, I wake up 8 a.m. or so. I'm in the gym by 9. Legs I'll put off till like a little later in the day usually. I used to just train all of them early. But currently I have a 2-a-day on my first leg session of the week. So I'll do my lateral delts and biceps early in the morning, that same similar time, and legs later in the day. Whereas if I do push, it's heavy compounds first, chest, with my triceps, lateral delts, biceps later in the PM. So all accessory or isolated work for smaller muscle groups is usually in the PM. Unless you're training legs that day, it's smarter to train legs second. You don't want to just be super fatigued for the rest of the day and have a shitty workout. So we had this, I actually had a question on the last YouTube video. I didn't ignore you. I don't know your name, I could look it up right now, but I didn't ignore you. I wanted to talk about it in the next video. Somebody was like, Tristyn's lower back seems a little bit more kyphotic than yours at the bottom. We have everybody start in that really lordotic position. So a ton of that pelvic tilt this way. And as you move through that in range, like you should try to maintain it as much as possible. But the closer you move to the ground, the more you're gonna see that neutral, it's because the range of the spine that is considered neutral is varying in everybody. So mine might be super lordotic and more flat at the end. Tristyn's starting pretty lordotic, and by the end he's like slightly moving toward what we don't want to see, but it's still not to the point where I'm like, oh, that's dangerous, it's too kyphotic, you're gonna fucking herniate a disc. So the belt looks a little higher than it actually is. He's still really flat backed at the bottom, but starting out in that super lordotic position helps you to just push the hips back really well and maintain a neutral spine throughout the position. Whereas if you normal brace down like you're gonna squat for powerlifting and squeeze and you try to like be like this the whole time, you might move out of that range way easier. So start super lordotic, try to maintain it through the entire pushing the hips back on the straight leg deadlift. Really emphasize the stretch of the hamstrings and the glutes, and just let the spine kind of do what it's going to do, but maintain a big chest. So that's some cues for you guys for the straight leg. When you're moving from compound to compound, and it's the same muscle group, you don't need to potentiate again. When you're moving from an isolation exercise to a heavy compound, it might be smart, even if it's the same muscle group, so hamstrings for us, it might be smart to do a potentiation set with your working weight when the second exercise is more heavy compound. It's just harder positioning, bracing, everything about the exercise is way harder. So just really solidifying what the working weight for the day is going to be by going up, potentiating, seeing how you feel is a really good idea. Even if you've already trained a bit of that muscle group. So for quads, if you did leg extensions first and you were going to go into squats next, yeah, the quads are warmed and they feel good, but the squat is a completely different animal than a leg extension. So it might be a good idea to go through the whole working or the whole warm-up process, including that potentiation set before you do your working sets. Now, if you're going from squats to leg extensions, do all the squatting, go to the leg extension, go up to your working weight, and just fucking go. Probably just fine. For us, I'm probably gonna potentiate here, and then I'll go into my working sets.
Gabriel and put them in sport mode for this.
Oh shit.
That means, yeah, he's putting on squat shoes. I'm putting mine in sport mode.
gonna try to do 4 or 5 again.
Inevitably, it'll probably be a bit less reps though, because like getting less.
Just like a couple rest pause. Like this is some my reps.
Sure.
Yeah. Tristyn's last hard leg session of this entire mesocycle. He's matching performance really, really well. We're gonna throw in some intensity techniques. If you wanna do that for the end of a mesocycle, it's totally fine. Do it on your last session of that week. So if you train push twice, do it on your second push, your second leg, your second pull. So today, Tristyn's supposed to get 13. We're just gonna rest pause / myo rep match until 15 for this first set. It'll be fun, they said.
Who the fuck said that? If your coach says that, just run. Do you want me to push it up to the top?
You're fine, you're fine.
I'm trying to help.
104? Well, we're gonna cap it at 3 for him. When you myo rep a rest pause, the set's you're counting that set volume. So instead of doing 4 today, he'll do 3, but each set's gonna be with a couple myo rep pauses. That's way more fatiguing, way more effective reps. You're training closer to failure more often. So instead of 4 straight sets, 3 sets where you're doing a myo rep pause or match. It's totally fine.
fuck.
He's having fun today. He's trying to get comfy, but it's just not working for him. Good shit.
Fuck. Just keep them there. I'll just lay here till tomorrow.
So I am capping it there. Someone said no kizzy the other day. I was like, what the fuck is that, dude? I'm not hip enough for this shit anymore. Usually I do some sort of lunge or Bulgarian split squat or something. Last time, if you see that video from last time, I stopped at the leg press. Probably wise for me to do so here as well. This time, because my leg press volume for the week is pretty high, I did it both days. Today seemed to be a little heavier than the other day. This is more like my working weight than last time. Like I said, I haven't trained for a while. The other video was before I went through like a crazy fatiguing period in my life where I took that week and a half off. So I was doing like 455 or some shit, and it was hard. So I'm feeling back to normal. This is more my working weight usually. I'll work up to maybe 6.5, 7 plates or something throughout the course of like 5 weeks. Or I'll just keep adding reps since I did 13, 12. So stopping here because volume, again, it's all over the damn place. I went through maintenance, came back, low volume, took another week and a half off. Gotta come back and do low volume again. So I did beat that week from previous, if you guys wanna watch that video. Tristyn kicked ass as always. Good job. I think he's still over there kind of dying.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Lots of words to say. A man of many, many words. But like, share, subscribe. Go subscribe to Tristyn if you haven't. I'm sure you have. And I appreciate y'all watching. I'll try to get more videos out. And I will see you next time.